Hi guys, welcome back to the Iron Personal Training YouTube channel, and we're back with another video looking at deadlift session. This is the first deadlift session in my new block of doing 10 reps on my main lifts, following on from the squat video you may have seen earlier. Now this isn't just a deadlift session, it isn't just the first deadlift session of a block, it's actually my last training session at Steel Physique, so this is actually quite a big session. Just before the video gets going, I'd like to say a massive thank you to everybody at Steel Physique for all your support and help while I've been there. It really has been appreciated. For those who don't know, I am moving to SSPC, or Sheffield Strength Performance Centre, and literally just moving there because it's a powerlifting gym, a purely powerlifting gym with some of the best guys in the federation I compete in, training there. So I feel like it's going to be a great atmosphere for me and somewhere I can really grow and improve my powerlifting game, not only for myself but for my clients as well. But enough of that, now on to the training. As you can see, we're getting started here. We're doing 150 kilos for 3 sets of 10. Sticking with the sumo, I'm really enjoying the sumo training at the moment. I think it's coming on quite nicely. And yeah, as you can see, we're just getting through the reps. Still a bit slow. Like I say, like high rep deadlifts always feel a bit grim, and I'm still getting used to some of my sumo setup as well. I am changing a couple of bits here and there, trying to get my feet a little bit wider, point my toes out a little bit more, and really get myself wedged in. So some of these reps I am just taking a bit of time just to get in like the best possible position to know that I'm doing a good job with them basically. But they're definitely feeling nicer, and I definitely feel like they're coming on well. We're now coming on to some sumo deadlifts, but this time we're doing a 5-second eccentric movement. The eccentric part of the movement is the part where the bar is lowered, and it helps to train muscles within the movement because you're stretching them out as you do the movement. So doing timed eccentric work can be really helpful in all of your main big free lifts and also with accessory work as well. So you can see we come up nice and easy. We're just doing 130 kilos here and just nice and slow on the way down. Looking nice and easy. In fact, this felt so easy that I am actually going to jump it up by 10 kilos for the next week. So a nice big jump there. As you can see, everything's just looking really nice. Still keeping these accessory works to my sumo is quite light, as I don't want to overtrain the movement, but really enjoying them and definitely can feel a benefit coming from them already, and it helps me just be in a good position at the bottom of the movement. We'll then come on to some snatch grip sumo deadlifts. We're just doing these at 80 kilos. Not snatch grip sumo deadlifts, sorry, stiff leg sumo deadlifts. So like as normal stiff leg deadlift, you're just in a sumo stance, and I didn't know what to expect from these, if I'm honest, and they actually felt quite easy. Obviously there's a decreased range of motion, so I'm going to put these up quite a bit as I go along the training block. I do think next time I run them in the training block, I'm actually going to do them as a deficit, just to increase that range of motion slightly and get some even more work in my hamstrings and my glutes. But at the end of this, I did really feel it in the top of my hamstring and in my glute as well, which is really nice, in an area that obviously I'm aiming to hit with this exercise. As you can see, I'm using straps. By the time I come to like a third deadlift exercise, my grip is usually going, so I just like to wear straps just to make sure I can get all the reps out and complete the movement, and my grip not being a limiting factor at this point. So yeah, I think doing any kind of like stiff leg work or second or third deadlift movement work with straps is definitely acceptable, even if you're in powerlifting, where obviously you can't use straps. But then come on to one of my favourite exercises, which is the dead stop good morning, and we're just doing 100 kilos here, 3 sets of 10. So the dead stop is basically because you come to a dead stop on the pins. So you can see we're coming down, hit the pins and back up again, trying to be nice and explosive while doing so. Yeah, I find that this is actually a really good way of doing deadlifts, doing good mornings compared to the normal way, because I feel like you feel more confident lifting more weight because you know you're coming down to the pins. It gives you that more explosive element at the top, and it makes sure you know you're hitting a good depth. I think a lot of times when you're doing sumos, it can feel hard to know if you're going low enough, and often when I've done good mornings and I filmed them, I've gone, well, that was not really low, and then I've actually been probably lower than I need to be with the movement. I like to set it up so I'm roughly in a similar position to where my deadlift start position would be in terms of my hips and my hamstrings, and that, so we're basically doing like the top part of the deadlift movement, and again, like I said, being really explosive, trying to push the hamstrings and glutes through. We'll then come on to what's becoming one of my favourite exercises, which is a cable bent over row, and that's where I finished the session. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed. If you do have any questions, feel free to message me on my Instagram. The link will be in the description below, and I hope to see you all in the next video where we'll be at the new gym.